Chapter 11 Daughter Slave is really scary. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Both of them typed a series of question marks at the same time. Lu Kong grinned, just wanting this effect. He smiled and said, "Who wants it?" Lu Chang, brother, give it to me. I want it. Just tell me how many gold coins. Wang Bing, brother Lu, give it to me, I want it too. Tell me the number. Lu Chang, Wang Bing, I won't give you this leather armor. My daughter needs it. Just kidding, his little daughter is a leather armor profession, such a good leather armor equipment should be used by his baby daughter. Lu Chang is ready to compete for money, and what he is least afraid of is competing for money. Wang Bing, Mr. Lu, if this is the case, then we are not brothers today, come on. Bid. Lu Chang, 2 gold. The chat room was silent for a while. After a moment, Wang Bing slowly typed a question mark. Wang Bing, no, Lu Chang, what do you mean? You offer 20,000 yuan for a broken green equipment. What do you mean? Wang Bing, can we bid normally? Although the attributes of this wild dog leather jacket are very good, it is only a level 2 equipment after all. In Wang Bing's opinion, a few thousand yuan is enough. Lu Chang offered 20,000 yuan at once, and Wang Bing couldn't afford it. It's true that their Suanio army has sufficient funds, but they have 30,000 brothers who are crying for food, and they definitely can't spend money like this. Not only Wang Bing was at a loss, even Lu Kong, who was silently peeking at the screen, was a little confused. After thousands of words, Lu Kong's heart was left with only 2 words: fuck, rich people are really outrageous. Oh, he made this money. That's fine, Lu Chang, Captain Wang, we are rivals now, don't talk nonsense. 2 gold, do you want to follow? Wang Bing. I won't follow you. Lu Chang, if my daughter can use something, I will buy it even if it is the moon in the sky, let alone green equipment. Arrogant smoking. JPG. Wang Bing. He was silenced for a moment. Lu Kong couldn't help but complain, daughter slaves are terrible. Lu Chang, brother Lu, what do you say? Lu Kong, deal, I'll mail it to you when I go back, or you can come and get it yourself. Lu Chang, mail it to me, I'll pay for the postage. Lu Kong, brother Chang is generous. Brother Chang is mighty. Lu Chang, grin. JPG. Lu Kong, that's it, I'm busy first. Lu Chang, go ahead. Wang Bing, slip away. Lu Kong had just completed the transaction, and the middle-aged man next to him hesitated and said again, brother, let's discuss it, 40 silver. This is our highest price, what do you think? Lu Kong. He looked a little strange, and said, it's already sold. Ah. The middle-aged man and others were stunned and a little disappointed. No wonder he didn't say anything just now. Was he selling things in a private message? Then the middle-aged man asked curiously, I didn't expect it to be sold so quickly. How much did it sell for? 2 gold. Everyone's expression froze, and a question mark slowly emerged in their minds. Ignoring the other confused players, Lu Kong continued his monster-killing journey. As time went by, more and more players reached level 2, and there were more players in the forest. Although level 2 gives more experience, Lu Kong, who has a lot of healing potions, has a higher leveling efficiency than before. He quickly reached level 3. During this period, Lu Kong went back once. After all, his backpack was full. Even if his current bag has 60 slots, he can't bear every monster dropping things. Among them, there are 13 small bags, and the rest are all level 2 white equipment. Lu Kong plans to go back and deal with it. On the way back, Lu Kong contacted Wang Bing and Lu Chang and asked them if they wanted it. Wait, what did you say? How much equipment did you drop? Wang Bing saw Lu Kong's message and his mind was full of question marks. Lu Chang was also like Wang Bing, dumbfounded. How long has it been? You dropped a backpack of things. On a grassland in the north of the village, several teams were killing monsters. These people are well trained and cooperate very well. There was no communication throughout the whole process. The ferocious demonized wild monsters in their hands were like lambs to be slaughtered. Ordinary players would avoid them when they saw them. These were the members of the 7th Squad of the 3rd Legion of the Suanio army. Wang Bing was among them. He was a warrior, wearing chain mail, holding a Sword and a shield. Suddenly, he stopped, and his expression became very strange. The team members next to him were all stunned when they saw it. Captain. What's wrong? Is there something wrong? That they knew their captain very well, and he was not the kind of person who would be distracted during the battle. Why did he suddenly desert? Wang Bing came to his senses and waved his hand. You guys fight first, I have something to do. Oh. Wang Bing walked aside quickly and chose to talk to Lu Kong directly. On Lu Kong's side, in addition to Wang Bing, Lu Chang also started a voice call. Seeing this, Lu Kong opened a small room again, and the three of them went in and communicated together by voice. Wang Bing's anxious voice sounded, Brother Lu, is what you just said true? Did you really drop more than 40 pieces of equipment? Lu Kong smiled, of course it's true, how could I lie to you? Lu Chang was also a little surprised and said, there are 13 backpacks. Lu Kong nodded, well, what I said is true. The atmosphere in the chat room was silent for a while, and then Wang Bing spoke. Brother Lu, look at this equipment, why don't you sell it all to our Suanio army? Hey. Wang Bing, don't be too much. What do you mean by selling it all to your Suanio army? What about me? Lu Chang immediately expressed his dissatisfaction. Wang Bing immediately complained, Brother Lu, you don't know, when I took the equipment back just now, I didn't know how to divide it. The brothers who didn't get it have been complaining about me. Brother, I feel bitter. Lu Chang didn't buy it, you suffer, but I don't. What are you talking about? Last time I gave you most of the equipment, don't say that I have no conscience, this time I want half of it, right? Wang Bing frowned, no, brother, why do you want so much equipment? This is level 2 equipment. It's not level 1. My 2 daughters and I have to change it. Lu Chang was righteous, of course he didn't say it, he planned to use the equipment he changed to form his own team, he could pay this team a salary, let them allocate a small amount of experience, and help him level up quickly. Lu Chang even had the idea of recruiting public testers into the company, to form a game department for Tianyu Group. Lu Chang knew that he was not the only one who did this. All major companies in the world would probably do this, this is the tide of the times. If they don't seize the opportunity, their Tianyu Group might be left behind, that's why he wanted more equipment and a better team. For this reason, Lu Chang was very fortunate that he knew Lu Kong. With Lu Kong, he believed that his team would definitely not be worse than others in terms of equipment. With good equipment, the progress of the game would definitely not be low. At that time, their Tianyu Group might be able to gain a lot of benefits from this game, it could even move forward a few steps in the global company rankings. Thinking of this, Lu Chang was also overwhelmed. Tianyu Group was his hard work, and he naturally hoped that Tianyu Group would get better and better. Chapter 12 This wave of advantage is mine. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wang Bing on the other side frowned, he knew that Lu Chang's request was serious, he also knew that Lu Chang's eliminated equipment would definitely not be used, how could he not understand Lu Chang's thoughts? However, he had no reason to refuse. Wang Bing's expression changed and he sighed slightly, since Brother Lu said so, let's do this. Give us more backpacks this time. No problem. At this moment, Lu Kong, who had been silent all this time, smiled and said, you don't have to be too impatient. I'm going to level up later, and there will be equipment by then. Captain Wang, your team's equipment will all be there. Wang Bing's eyes lit up when he heard this, the slightly depressed mood immediately disappeared. Yes. Lu Kong had obtained so much equipment in just a short time, how much equipment will there be then? Don't even think about it. Isn't it easy to equip 100 people from their 7th team? Wang Bing said quickly, Brother Lu, if you want to think highly of me, just call me Brother Wang. From now on, your Brother Lu's business will be my Wang Bing's business. If anyone dares to deal with you in the game, I will lead the team to support you. Hearing Wang Bing's promise, Lu Kong immediately smiled. Wang Bing is not an ordinary person, but a member of the Daxia army, representing the military. With this sentence, most people would not dare to mess with him. This is the benefit of connections. Lu Kong smiled and said, then I won't be polite, Brother Wang. Okay, when will the transaction be made? I'm going back to the village now. I'm almost at the village entrance. Lu Kong looked up at the entrance of the village and said, Wang Bing said quickly, then I will send someone to take over with you now. Lu Chang also said, I also sent someone over. By the way, in this case, let's just trade the green leather armor together. Wang Bing raised his eyebrows, but he didn't expect Lu Chang to have someone on hand without knowing it. However, neither Lu Kong nor Wang Bing was surprised by this. Tianyue Group is very rich, the power of money cannot be resisted by ordinary people. Okay, let's meet at the entrance of the village. Good, that the three of them finished their speech. Wang Bing looked around and soon saw a heroic and beautiful woman with a ponytail. His eyes lit up and he waved quickly. Su, come here. Jiang Su heard this and ran over. She saluted seriously. Captain, what's the matter? Go back to the village, find Lu Kong, and trade equipment with him. Hearing this, Jiang Su was startled and his eyes lit up. Captain, you mean Lu Kong has equipment again? They knew that their captain had brought back a batch of equipment. Jiang Su got one piece and suddenly felt stronger. She also knew that this equipment was bought from a player named Lu Kong. Unexpectedly, Lu Kong would have equipment again so soon, then their team's equipment will definitely be better. Yes. Yes. Wang Bing smiled and nodded. He coughed dryly and said, when the time comes to establish a good relationship with Lu and Kong, we may have to rely on him for our equipment in the future. Jiang Su didn't hear anything, and he patted his chest carelessly. Don't worry, I know the severity and won't offend anyone. Then you go. Jiang Su turned around and was about to leave, but suddenly she thought of something. I don't know what Lu Kong looks like. He is at the entrance of the village on the east side. He is the handsome young man with the best equipment you see. Wang Bing said the characteristics of Lu Kong. Oh. Jiang Su nodded, turned and left. Looking at Jiang Su's leaving figure, Wang Bing murmured to himself. Brother Lu, don't blame me for using a honey trap. After all, these equipment are so delicious. He didn't believe that a strong-blooded young man could withstand a beautiful woman's soft words. In this wave, the advantage lies with his Wang Bing. Lu Kong returned to the village entrance and was waiting. Not long after, he saw a mature woman with beautiful appearance and long black hair walking over. She smiled and said, Hello, are you Mr. Lu Kong Lu? Lu Kong was startled, nodded and said, I am. Who are you? I am Li Mu, who was entrusted by Director Lu to trade. Wait a moment, I'll confirm. After all, the transaction involved a lot of money, and Lu Kong did not dare to be careless. Okay. Li Mu smiled and nodded. Lu Kong chatted privately with Lu Chang and quickly confirmed that this person was indeed sent by Lu Chang. He smiled and said, No problem. Then Mr. Lu, let's trade now. Okay. What Brother Chang is trading is 2 sets of cloth armor, 1 set of leather armor, and the green leather armor we talked about before, right? Yes. Li Mu nodded, although Lu Chang had already told her before, but when she confirmed that she really had green equipment, Li Mu was still shocked. 20,000 yuan. A piece of green equipment costs 20,000 yuan. Li Mu secretly glanced at Lu Kong, who was sorting out his equipment. He is over 1.8 meters tall, very handsome, and so powerful that even Lu Dong has such a good relationship with him. Li Mu couldn't help but swallowed. This man was a top-notch man. All right. Oh, okay. Li Mu had a sweet smile on his face. Selecting the transaction, Lu Kong put the equipment one by one, and Li Mu gave the prepared money to Lu Kong. See if there is any problem. No, you have such a good relationship with Director Lu, there must be no problem. Li Mu said with a smile. Of course, in fact, she had already counted it when she was trading, and there was indeed no problem. By the way, Mr. Lu, Director Lu said that I will be responsible for all transactions in the future. Let's add each other as friends. In fact, Li Mu wanted to add Lu Kong as a friend just now, but the system prompted Lu Kong to refuse to chat with strangers and refuse to add strangers as friends. She could only say it in person. Okay. Lu Kong nodded and added Li Mu as a friend. At this time, a beautiful and heroic woman with a ponytail came over. The woman didn't look at Li Mu, and asked Lu Kong, Hello, are you Mr. Lu Kong? Lu Kong nodded, I am. The woman immediately stood up and saluted. The 3rd Legion of the Suanio Army, the 7th Team Mage Jiang Su reports to you. I come to trade equipment with you. Lu Kong suddenly realized, it turned out to be a soldier. No wonder he looked so serious. Li Mu, who was standing next to him, was a little bit critical. This woman looked good, but she looked like a man. How could she be charming like this? Then she saw Lu Kong smiling. Hello, Jiang Su. Li Mu, that he didn't smile so happily when he was facing her just now. Mr. Lu actually likes this. Li Mu secretly made a note of it and planned to try to learn it. Lu Kong confirmed with Wang Bing as usual. After confirming that there was no problem, Lu Kong traded the remaining equipment in small packages to Jiang Su. As for the transaction records of both parties, Lu Kong sent them to Lu Chang and Wang Bing respectively. After all, this is a transaction, so it's better to be safe. After the transaction, Jiang Su also proposed to add a friend. Lu Kong naturally accepted it with pleasure. In that case, I won't bother you, Mr. Lu. Jiang Su said vigorously. Lu Kong smiled and nodded. Okay, you go and get busy. If you need anything, Mr. Lu can come to our 7th team. For friends, our 7th team will definitely help with all our heart. Jiang Su said with a smile. Lu Kong also smiled. Watching Jiang Su leave, Li Mu also hurriedly said, then I will leave too, Mr. Lu, goodbye. Lu Kong smiled and said goodbye to Li Mu. After the two left, Lu Kong looked at his balance. Level 2 equipment. Lu Kong sold each piece for 7 silver coins, a total of more than 40 pieces, adding up to more than 3 gold. There are also 13 backpacks, which are more than 1 gold. In addition, the green leather armor was sold for 2 gold, added together, a total of more than 6 gold. Another more than 60,000 yuan, comfortable. Lu Kong even felt a little unreal, plus what he had just earned. In just a few hours, he made nearly 100,000 by selling equipment. This is 100,000. If it was before, he would have worked hard for a year to earn so much income. At this rate, it won't take long for him to pay off his debts. Lu Kong was suddenly full of motivation. Chapter 13, Legends in the Village. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Like before, Lu Kong took out 3 golds and exchanged them for cash, and kept the remaining 3 golds for backup. After dealing with the equipment, Lu Kong continued to kill monsters. The number of players on the outskirts of the forest increased. After Lu Kong reached level 3, he entered the depths of the forest. There were still demonized wild dogs in the depths, but the level had become level 3. The level 3 demonized wild dogs had an attack of 9 points and 150 health. There were fewer players here than on the outskirts. Of course, this does not mean that there were only so many players who reached this level in their novice village, because the 4 directions of the village were places for leveling. Level 3 monsters were not only here, the high-level players were just scattered. Lu Kong continued to kill monsters. The items dropped by level 3 wild monsters were also gray-white. Lu Kong had not seen any green items since the last wild dog leather jacket. I can only say that he was really lucky at that time. At this moment, Lu Kong suddenly saw 3 demonized wild dogs surrounding a big tree. There seemed to be a box in the bushes at the bottom of the tree. Lu Kong cast a detection spell. A worn-out wooden box. There seems to be something inside. Is it a treasure box? Lu Kong's eyes lit up. At this moment, he found that this wooden box, like the monster, also had a drop list. This surprised Lu Kong even more, which meant that Lu Kong could specify the dropped items to be unpacked, just like killing monsters. He quickly clicked on the drop list. The first 6 items in the list were all green, and there were some white and gray items at the back. This surprised Lu Kong very much. There were actually 6 green items. He quickly checked them out. Lu Kong had noticed before that the arrangement of the drop list was based on the preciousness of the items. For items of the same quality, the lower the drop rate, the more precious it is, and the higher the position. The first one was a skill book. Primary regeneration, level 1 passive skill, restores 1 life per second. Requirements, all professions, drop rate, 0.0001%. A skill book for all professions. And it's a passive skill. Although 1 life per second doesn't seem to be much, this is a passive skill, and it can restore 1 life even in combat. You know, even out of combat, the average player will only restore 1 life per second. This is equivalent to being in a recovery state out of combat all the time. This can save Lu Kang a lot of blood bottles, little magic skill. The second item is a stone, micro attribute stone, strength, after use, permanently increase 1 point of strength, drop rate, 0.0009%, another good thing. Lu Kang was very surprised. The player attributes of this game can be brought to reality, and 1 point of strength is a real improvement. The third item is a two-handed sword, training great sword, attack plus 12, strength plus 1, required level, 3. Drop rate, 0.06%. That it's still a good thing, 0.12 points of attack, almost doubled than the level 3 white great sword in his hand. It also adds 1 point of strength, very strong. The 3 items behind are also equipment, a mail bracer, a cloth robe, and a cloth boot. They are all good things that add attributes. Lu Kang was so excited, he wanted all these good things. Unfortunately, although the treasure chest has more drop rate items than ordinary monsters, it can only specify 3 at most. Lu Kang hesitated for a while, and finally chose, primary regeneration, micro attribute stone, strength, and great sword. Needless to say, the first 2 have bonuses even at high levels, but equipment has a time limit. Lu Kang chose the weapon that improved him the most. After specifying, Lu Kang also specified the drops of the 3 demonized wild dogs next to him, all of which were white equipment. Then he rushed over with the great sword. At the cost of 2 bottles of healing potions, Lu Kang almost killed the 3 demonized wild dogs. After picking up the dropped items, Lu Kang couldn't wait to open the treasure chest. 3 green balls of light floated out, which made Lu Kang excited. Even though he had the designated drop, he had only dropped 1 green item so far. I can only say that this game is too pitfall. After putting all 3 items into the bag, Lu Kang directly learned the skills. After that, he used the attribute stone and his own strength reached 14 points. Finally, Lu Kang also changed the green sword. It must be said that green equipment is worthy of being green equipment, which is much better than the broken sword with rust on the sword. The sword body is smooth and gleaming. This appearance is extraordinary at first glance. After equipping this sword, Lu Kang's current attack has directly reached 27 points. It is much easier to kill a level 3 wild wolf, and it can be killed directly with a few swords. Not long after, Lu Kang's backpack was full again. Lu Kang was a little helpless. It was also very troublesome to have a high drop rate. He had to clean the backpack frequently. He now has a total of 60 slots in his backpack, but it is not enough for his drop rate. It will be full after killing 60 monsters. With his current efficiency, it will take at most half an hour to kill 60 monsters. It would be great if there were bigger bags dropped. Lu Kang muttered to himself and sent a message to Wang Bing and Lu Chang again, when they heard that Lu Kang actually had a backpack of level 3 equipment. Wang Bing and Lu Chang both raised friendly questions. Wang Bing, no, brother Lu, your equipment update speed is faster than our upgrade speed, right? There are only a few people in our team who have reached level 3 now, and you directly took out dozens of level 3 equipment. Lu Chang, brother, I just reached level 3, your equipment came just in time. Lu Chang is rich, and he spends money to let players team up with him, and he gets 80% of the experience. This is also the highest experience that can be shared by the team. Other players are almost working for him, so his upgrade speed is not slow, but even so, his upgrade speed is still a little slower than Lu Kang. Wang Bing, Director Lu, it's the same as last time, don't think about taking more. Lu Chang, don't worry, am I that kind of person? Brother Lu, trade the same as last time. Lu Kang thought for a while and said, I'll send you a location, and you can ask the trader to come directly to my place. I still need to upgrade, and it's a waste of time to run back. Wang Bing, no problem. Lu Chang, send the address, I'll send someone right away. Lu Kang can get so many equipment in a short time, and his status in the hearts of the two can be said to be getting higher and higher. The conditions proposed by Lu Kang, let alone no difficulties, even if there are difficulties, they will try their best to meet them. Okay, I'll send you the address now, so I can kill a few more monsters. Lu Kang sent the address and continued to kill monsters. However, because the backpack was full, Lu Kang could not pick up the drops when he killed the monsters, so he could only leave them on the ground first. In a short period of time, the dropped items will not refresh. If it really refreshes, there is no way you can't not kill monsters, right? So, a strange phenomenon appeared within a few hundred meters in the depths of the forest. The ground was full of corpses of demonized wild dogs, and a white light ball was floating on each corpse. After a while, a small team of 5 people happened to fight monsters in this area. Seeing the corpses and white light balls on the ground, they were all stunned, and many question marks appeared in their minds. No, what is this on the ground? So many white items. Fuck, there is a white item on each corpse. Which god is fighting monsters here? And doesn't he pick up things? At this moment, a young woman thought of something and widened her eyes. I suddenly remembered a legend in the village. What legend? Everyone was puzzled. I heard that there is a big guy in our novice village, and every time he fights monsters, white items will explode, which is exactly the same as the current situation. The young woman widened her eyes, a little unbelievable. I originally thought it was just a legend, but I didn't expect it to be true. Everyone took a breath of cold air and made an important contribution to the warming of the game world. Chapter 14: The Cold-Blooded and Ruthless President. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Is it true? There are such gods. A young man opened his eyes wide and exclaimed repeatedly. Isn't the fact right in front of us? The young woman pointed to the piles of white light balls on the ground. The players in the team were silent, looking at the white light balls on the ground. Their tears of envy almost flowed from the corners of their mouths. Let's go in and see why the legendary boss doesn't pick up things. Several people walked inside curiously. Not long after, they heard the sound of fighting. They were shocked and hurried over. Then they saw a handsome young man wearing a full set of chain mail and holding a sharp sword fighting monsters. The young man's attack was simply outrageous. He killed a demonized wild dog with 7 or 8 swords, and the speed was terrifying. Moreover, after fighting a few monsters, he didn't even rest to recover blood, but directly knocked the blood bottle. This made several players' eyes almost pop out. They have also reached level 3, which is considered a high-level player, but I have never seen monsters being fought like this. Lu Kong also noticed someone coming. He killed a demonized wild dog and looked over. Several players immediately ran over with a smile. Hello, sir, sir. The young woman who spoke was about to burst into tears. Although she had heard of the legend of this sir, she didn't know that he was so handsome. Such a handsome sir, I wonder if he has a girlfriend. Several other people also greeted Lu Kong. Lu Kong smiled. Hello, what's the matter? Ah. It's okay, we suddenly found a lot of corpses here, and there are still a lot of equipment that we haven't picked up. We were a little curious, so we came to take a look. Yes, sir, don't you pick up so many things. It will be refreshed later. What a pity. Lu Kong smiled helplessly. The backpack is full. Player. The air was a little quiet for a while. The backpack is full, and the damage caused to them by just 4 words is so huge. They thought that they had fought hard to kill hundreds of monsters, but no one had a full backpack until now. What about this, sir? The backpack is full, and there are so many white items on the ground that they can't pick up. How heartbreaking. However, when they thought of the number of items on the ground, several players felt that they understood it a little. The young woman nodded in agreement. Indeed, the 20-slot backpack given by the system seems a little too little. Others also nodded repeatedly, saying that they often had full backpacks and were troubled by this. This way, they shouldn't be looked down upon by the big guys, right? Lu Kong was stunned. Ah. My backpack has 60 slots. Player, what the hell? Isn't the backpack given by the system 20 slots? Why is there 60 slots? They looked at each other and found that several people's expressions were a little confused. Seeing their confused looks, Lu Kong smiled and said, Don't you know that monsters can drop small bags? Lu Kong posted the attributes of a small bag. Seeing the attributes of the small bag, the players in the team were numb. No, what is this? It's dropped by these monsters. The yellow-haired young man who seemed to be the leader was about to drop his eyes. Can a monster drop this kind of artifact? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Don't lie to us, sir. This must have dropped from an elite monster you killed. They refused to believe it. Lu Kong shrugged. It was dropped from a monster. Every monster has a chance to drop this thing. Players, 6, thought they were about to talk, but at this moment, 2 beauties with a 7-point appearance came over. Hello, Mr. Lu. Li Mu looked serious, trotted over, and greeted him. She was learning from Jiang Su's swift and decisive actions. She had seen Lu Kong fall for this trick before. Lu Kong looked at Li Mu with some confusion, wondering what was wrong with this woman. She looked quite normal the last time, why did she look a little weird this time? Hello, Miss Li. Jiang Su, who was standing by, saluted Lu Kong. Mr. Lu, Jiang Su reports. Lu Kong smiled and nodded. Miss Jiang, there is no need to be so serious, I am not a soldier. Jiang Su shook her head. You are the noble person ordered by the captain. As a soldier, of course I have to salute. Lu Kong had no choice but to follow her. He smiled at the 2 people and said, let's start the transaction, but there is a situation. You have seen the items on the ground. My backpack is full and I can't pick them up. If you want them, you can take them back. As soon as these words came out, Li Mu and Jiang Su's eyes lit up and said in unison, Mr. Lu, I want them. The 2 were startled and looked at each other at the same time, with fire flashing in their eyes. Just when the 2 were ready to compete, Lu Kong nodded, then trade a little bit, finish the transaction in my backpack first, then I will pick up the others, and then discuss with Brother Wang and Brother Chang. Hearing this, Li Mu and Jiang Su also knew that there was no room for them to play. Li Mu pretended to be serious and nodded, everything is in accordance with Mr. Lu's instructions. Lu Kong looked at Li Mu and finally couldn't help but, are you okay? Are you sick? Jiang Su, although she is a soldier, she is also a woman and can guess a little bit of Li Mu's thoughts. Jiang Su praised Li Mu for his self-defeating behavior. Li Mu was also a little numb when he heard Lu Kong's words. Her pretty face turned red, and she smiled awkwardly. Ahaha. No, it's okay, Mr. Lu, don't worry. Oh, it's okay. Lu Kong didn't think much about it. Then let's start trading. Several people traded all the items in their backpacks as agreed before. Then Lu Kong picked up all the dropped items on the ground, discussed with Wang Bing and Lu Chang, and finalized the sale plan. Afterwards, Lu Kong conducted transactions with Li Mu and Jiang Su. Mr. Lu, there are a total of 2 gold and 70 silver here. Please count them. Mr. Lu, there are 2 gold and 60 silver here. Li Mu and Jiang Su traded gold coins to Lu Kong. Lu Kong nodded, feeling very fulfilled as he had 5 more gold coins in his hand, got more than 50,000 again. Okay, I will notify Brother Wang and Brother Chang when there is a transaction in the future. Then we'll leave first. Li Mu and Jiang Su said goodbye to Lu Kong and turned to leave. Since Li Mu and Jiang Su arrived, all the players in the 5-person team nearby have fallen silent. As they listened to the conversation, they felt as if they were in a dream. People from the military are also dealing with big bosses. And it seems like a long-term cooperation. Isn't this big guy too awesome? Moreover, in a short period of time, the boss earned as much as hardware. That's a lot of hardware, more than 50,000 yuan. Tears of envy from several people left the corners of their mouths, bursting. You haven't left yet. Several players came to their senses. The young woman opened her mouth and said, Boss, please protect me. Lu Kong. Other players. The atmosphere was a little awkward for a while. The young woman coughed dryly. Slip of the tongue. Boss, please take me away. Others also reacted. Boss, please bring me. I can offer you chrysanthemums. Boss, please hug me. Lu Kong rolled his eyes speechlessly. I'm busy, bye. He turned and left. In the eyes of the young woman, Lu Kong instantly turned into a ruthless and overbearing president, and 30 episodes of the romantic series had already been played in his mind. Chapter 15 Unique Drop Items. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Next, Lu Kong continued to kill monsters. Every time his backpack was about to be full, he would notify Wang Bing and Lu Chang and ask them to send someone to collect the equipment. In this way, Lu Kong didn't have to run back and forth, and Lu Kong's upgrade efficiency was much higher. After a few hours, Lu Kong reached level 4, the demonized wild dogs in the entire forest were at most level 3, and the monsters here could no longer meet Lu Kong's upgrade needs. He chose to leave the forest. Behind the forest, there are continuous mountains. In the mountains, there are a large number of demonized wild wolves. The demonized wild wolves are nearly 1.3 meters tall, black all over, and bared their teeth, looking very ferocious. The demonized wild wolves are in groups, at least 3 together. The levels range from level 4 to level 5. It is difficult for ordinary people, even a small team of 5, to upgrade here. Even Lu Kong has to be careful. If he accidentally attracts 4 or 5 demonized wild wolves, he will be chased all over the ground. However, if there were 3 demonized wolves, Lu Kong could still fight them. After all, he was now wearing level 3 male armor and green equipment, plus he had a passive regeneration skill that could restore some blood. Although it was a bit difficult to fight, the efficiency was not low, because there were too many demonized wolves here. Lu Kong didn't need to spend time looking for monsters. He just needed to fight all the way. After killing the demonized wolves, Lu Kong specified the dropped equipment and quickly changed into a set of level 4 equipment. Even if it was a level 4 demonized wolf, Lu Kong would only lose 2 or 3 drops of blood each time he fought. His efficiency in killing monsters was even higher. That is, this broken game required too much experience to upgrade, otherwise he would have upgraded long ago at his speed. However, it was a bit troublesome because Lu Kong's healing potions were consumed very quickly because of the continuous killing of monsters. The original 200 bottles of healing potions were now only more than 30 bottles. He planned to go back after using up all these healing potions. This time, in addition to buying healing potions, Lu Kong also planned to buy some mana potions. Lu Kong had a heavy attack skill from the beginning. When fighting monsters, Lu Kong sometimes uses it. Just now, Lu Kong found that his heavy attack skill has been upgraded to level 2. Heavy attack, level 2. Launch a powerful attack, causing 130% damage. The damage is increased by 10% compared to level 1 heavy attack. If the increase is based on this, when the level of heavy attack is upgraded to level 8, it can cause 200% damage. That is also a good damage skill, so Lu Kong plans to practice the skill. By the way, because the skill consumes mana, Lu Kong decided to buy some mana potions in case of emergency. After all, continuous use of skills is still quite mana consuming. Time passed, and Lu Kong had been in the game for 12 hours. His healing potion was finally running out, and there were only 12 bottles left. Just when Lu Kong was about to use up these bottles of potions and go back, suddenly, Lu Kong heard a wolf howl that was a little different. He was stunned and looked in the direction of the wolf howl. It was deep in a pile of rubble. Lu Kong's eyes sparkled. Hearing this voice, it couldn't be the boss. He was a little excited. How could he not fight the boss when playing games? The boss represents a huge amount of experience and all kinds of good equipment. He quickly moved towards the direction of the wolf's roar. When he arrived in front of the rubble, Lu Kong soon saw a black wolf with a shoulder height of more than 1.5 meters crawling on a bluestone slab to rest. Sure enough, it was different from ordinary wolves. Lu Kong threw a detection spell over Blood Fang, Elite, Level 5. Life, 400. Attack, 29. Introduction. Originally an ordinary demonized wolf, it was raised by the little devil leader and transformed into an elite monster. Lu Kong couldn't help but take a breath when he saw the information of this wolf. The ordinary demonized wolf at level 5 only has 180 blood points. And the blood volume of this elite monster has doubled. The attack has also increased by nearly 1-fold. This is the elite. How outrageous would a higher level monster be? However, Lu Kong estimated that with his current strength and the blood bottle in his hand, he should be able to defeat this Blood Fang. What puzzled Lu Kong was the introduction of this monster. It showed that this Blood Fang seemed to be the pet of the little devil leader. I just don't know what kind of monster the little devil leader is. Anyway, up to now, Lu Kong has not encountered a monster like a little devil. Lu Kong was too lazy to think about it and started the most important step directly. He clicked on the drop list. A series of green items almost blinded Lu Kong's eyes. He took a quick look and found that most of them were equipment and materials. However, the first item in the list surprised Lu Kong. Unknown necklace, elite, the necklace in the Blood Fang's belly. Maybe someone in the village knows the origin. Drop rate, 0.25%, unique, this is the first time Lu Kong has seen a unique dropped item. This means that this thing may involve a unique task, just think about how generous the reward is. Lu Kong didn't even think about it and chose this item. The second item was a green male breastplate, blood Fang armor, elite, male, defense plus 59, strength plus 3, required level, 5. Drop rate, 0.07%. The attributes of this equipment are better than all the green equipment Lu Kong has seen before. Strength is directly increased by 3 points, and defense is even more outrageous, reaching 59 points. Lu Kong's current level 4 white male armor only adds 35 points of defense, although the drop rate of this equipment is higher than that of the unknown necklace. But the unknown necklace is unique and is obviously much more precious than this equipment. This elite monster can drop 2 items. Lu Kong looked through the other equipment and materials and found that there was no better than the blood Fang armor. As for the unknown necklace, it must be specified, so Lu Kong chose these 2 items. After specifying, Lu Kong rushed up with a big sword. It must be said that the strength of this blood Fang is much stronger than that of the general demonized wild wolf. Each attack can hit Lu Kong 9 points of blood. The damage is much higher than that of an ordinary demonized wild wolf. Moreover, blood Fang is more flexible than an ordinary demonized wild wolf. Even though Lu Kong has been trained for so long and his current combat level is much better than when he first entered the game, he will still be dodged by some attacks. However, Lu Kong himself can also dodge some attacks. In addition, he still has healing potions in his hand, so he can kill it. There is also a small episode. Lu Kong didn't expect that this blood Fang actually has skills. His detection technique can only detect the most basic information, and no skills. At that time, Lu Kong was directly hit by 20 drops of blood. Fortunately, he controlled his blood volume, otherwise it would be dangerous. In the end, it was a close call. As blood Fang fell to the ground with a wail, Lu Kong completed the kill. Looking at the 2 green light balls floating on the body of blood Fang, Lu Kong breathed a sigh of relief and quickly picked up the 2 green light balls. After that, he took a look at the only 4 bottles of healing potions left, and walked back without stopping. In order to prevent any further complications, he planned to go to the village first to see if this unknown necklace was related to the uniqueness mission. Chapter 16 The Village Chief's Courtyard with no one in and no one out. You are listening at Mtlnovel.audio. Back in the village, the first aboriginal person Lu Kong thought of asking was the pharmacy owner. Just in time, he planned to buy some healing potions and mana potions, so Lu Kong went directly to the pharmacy. Because now the players are on the right track. When you fight mobs, you can occasionally drop some gray items. Gray items can be sold for money. If you lose your equipment, you can sell it in the square to make more money. Many people can now afford pharmaceuticals. As a result, there were many more people in the pharmacy than before. However, the average player does not have much money, so at most they can only buy 1 or 2 bottles of potions to save their lives, and those who do not dare to expect more. With this little money, it would be difficult for the pharmacy boss to even take a second look at it. So, with the pharmacy owner's expressionless face, the players bought the potions one by one and left. As a good law-abiding citizen, Lu Kong did not jump in line. Soon it was his turn. Seeing Lu Kong, the pharmacy owner's originally cold face turned 180 degrees, revealing a gentle and sweet smile. Little handsome boy, is that you? Are you here to buy potions? Many players, their eyes almost fell off as they watched the pharmacy owner change his face. No, seeing us is like seeing air. Why do you change so quickly when you see this big brother? That's it. It's exactly the same as when my favorite anchor saw the rich guy. It hurts my heart, old man. Amidst the murmurs of the crowd, Lu Kong smiled. Here are 300 bottles of apprentice treatment potions and 100 bottles of apprentice magic potions. You're so happy, little handsome guy. The smile on the pharmacy owner's face became even brighter. Many players waiting to buy medicine are numb. How much did you buy? 300 bottles of apprentice healing potions, 100 bottles of apprentice magic potions. Each bottle costs 80 coppers, which adds up to 3 gold and 20 silver. Some mathematicians have already started calculating. At the end of the day, everyone swallowed their saliva. 3 gold. Isn't that more than 30,000 yuan? What kind of family is this? Can they buy medicine like this? Are you from a big guild in the village? How is it possible? The game has just started, and no major guild has been established yet. Even Lu Chang, the chairman of Tianyue Group, has recruited a group of people, and none of them are so lavish in buying potions. Unless it's Suanio military procurement. The purchase of the Black Bird Army just left not long ago. It can't be the Black Bird Army. That everyone was talking a lot, and their minds were full of questions. 3 gold may not be much in the eyes of wealthy players, but wealthy players cannot buy so many potions at once. Which boss is he? For a moment, everyone felt that Lu Kong was extremely mysterious. Lu Kong smiled and said, "Boss, you see I am also a regular customer, can I get a better discount?" That the pharmacy owner smiled slightly. "Who are you, handsome man?" Lu Kong. The corner of his mouth twitched and he shot out 3 gold and 20 silver. "Hey, thank you boss." Lu Kong looked at the excited pharmacy owner with some curiosity. "Boss, why do you like gold coins so much?" The pharmacy owner glanced at Lu Kong and smiled. "You don't understand." Seeing this, Lu Kong didn't ask any more questions. He took out the unknown necklace that Shuya had dropped before. It was a necklace made of several simple white stones, and it didn't look expensive. He dangled the necklace in front of the pharmacy owner and asked, "Boss, do you know what this necklace is?" The pharmacy owner looked up. After seeing the necklace, his expression changed. "This is, show me." Lu Kong felt happy when he saw the pharmacy owner looking a little excited. There's drama. The pharmacy owner should know this stuff. When other players saw this, they looked at the counter curiously. "What is that necklace?" "I don't know," but the expression on the pharmacy owner's face changed so quickly. "It's not that simple at first glance." "Who cares? Tell me, who is this big guy? He seems to be very awesome, even the aborigines can look familiar to him." "I know this big guy seems to be the husband of Lady Luck." "What? That big guy who drops ordinary items every time he fights monsters?" "Oh, it's him, no wonder." Everyone suddenly realized that Lu Kong's eyes were full of fire. This boss represents a lot of equipment and money. If they could lick this boss and hug his legs, they would definitely take off on the spot. Several female players who thought they looked good had their eyes wandering and had other ideas. Unfortunately, when they wanted to send a private message, they found that Lu Kong actually refused to chat with strangers privately. This puts the ideas of these players to naught. Lu Kong handed the necklace to the boss. The pharmacy owner looked at the necklace, his expression changed continuously, and his eyes were a little complicated. Seeing that the pharmacy owner didn't speak, Lu Kong asked, "Boss, do you know the origin of this thing?" The pharmacy owner came to his senses. She looked at Lu Kong and asked, "Where did you get this necklace?" Lu Kong told the truth. It dropped after killing an elite-level demonized wild wolf. Elites transformed wild wolves, that's right, no wonder. The pharmacy owner whispered something, and then she looked at Lu Kong with a hint of surprise in her eyes. "I didn't expect that you could kill an elite wolf at level 4. Not bad, handsome boy." Lu Kong smiled and said, "Boss, stop praising me. Let's talk about this necklace." The owner of the pharmacy handed the necklace back to Lu Kong and said, "Go to the village chief in the center of the village. He will tell you." Involving the village chief? It's really unusual. Lu Kong was secretly happy and took the necklace. "Thank you, boss." After saying goodbye to the boss, Lu Kong left the pharmacy under the gaze of many players. He went straight to the center of the village. There is a stone courtyard in the center of the village. The door of this courtyard is open, but the players who enter go in vertically and come out horizontally. No one has ever come out alive. This is simply a den of dragons and tigers. After seeing players come out horizontally a few times, Lu Kong never thought of going in, but many players know that it is the home of the village chief. There are still a few players wandering outside the village courtyard. They want to see if they can get any tasks from the village chief. Just think about it, the village chief is the most important person in the village. Who in the whole village is most likely to have a mission? No need to think too much, it must be the village chief. They knew that they would be killed if they entered the village chief's courtyard, so they waited outside and waited for the village chief to come out. Lu Kong came here and walked in directly. The players wandering around were a little unresponsive for a while. After all, Lu Kong walked too fast. Without any hesitation at all, they stared at each other with wide eyes. Someone just went in. Yeah, that was a fool, right? Didn't he know that the village courtyard can't be forced into? Maybe it was a newcomer. Wait until he dies once and you'll know. Chapter 17 Divine Skills. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This was the first time Lu Kong entered the village chief's courtyard. He found that the courtyard was overgrown with weeds and was completely deserted. Lu Kong was startled. He didn't expect the village chief's yard to look like this. It looks like it hasn't been lived in for years. There is a stone house in the center of the courtyard. Lu Kong soon saw an old man sitting slumped on the stone slab outside the stone house. The old man had gray and disheveled hair, and he was holding a wine can in his hand. The clothes on his body were dirty, and even from a distance, Lu Kong could smell a strange smell. Lu Kong used his detection technique to throw over, and when he saw that the old man was the village chief, his face looked a little strange. Is this person really the village chief? Those who didn't know better thought he was a beggar. It's too sloppy after all. The village chief seemed to notice someone coming in. He raised his head and looked at Lu Kong. Only then did Lu Kong see the village chief's face. It was full of wrinkles and his eyes were blurred. He seemed to be very drunk. The next moment, Lu Kong found the village chief standing up with an angry look on his face. You outsiders just go about your business. Why are you bothering me? You're looking for death. Lu Kong felt the terrifying aura coming from the village chief. His body began to tremble unconsciously. Damn it, this old beggar. No, is this old village chief so awesome? Seeing that the old village chief was about to take action, Lu Kong quickly said, wait a minute. Village chief, it was the pharmacy owner who asked me to come. The village chief paused, stood there for a moment, and then said, oh, it's the matchmaker. What do you want from me? Lu Kong felt relieved. He was almost beaten to death by the village chief. He took out the unknown necklace and said, village chief, you always know what this is. Before he finished speaking, he found that the village chief had arrived in front of him at some point, and the necklace in his hand ran into the hands of the village chief without even realizing it. The old village chief, who was drunk and wrinkled, stared at the necklace in his hand and burst into tears. Lu Kong's eyes widened, a little shocked. What's the situation? Seeing the old village chief looking at the necklace blankly, Lu Kong thought for a while and didn't bother him. This necklace obviously has a very important relationship with the old village chief. If he disturbs the old village chief now, it might not be a good thing. Lu Kong stood there and waited. This wait lasted for 10 minutes. The old village chief came back to his senses. He wiped his face casually and looked up at Lu Kong. Little guy, I'm telling you a joke. The old village chief's voice was not as murderous as it was at the beginning, but there was an indescribable vicissitude to it, and there was a bit of hoarseness in his voice. Lu Kong smiled and said, everyone has their moments when things go wrong. Lu Kong thought about when his father had just passed away. Didn't he and his mother also shed tears? Seeing Lu Kong's complicated expression, the old village chief laughed. It seems that you have some experience, little guy. Lu Kong smiled. If I didn't have these experiences, I would be very happy. Yeah. The old village chief sighed, and then said, do you know who this necklace belongs to? Lu Kong shook his head. It belongs to my grandson. Your grandson? Lu Kong was startled, a little stunned. Yes, my grandson. I wonder if the matchmaker has ever told you about the origins of us aborigines? The village chief looked at Lu Kong. The pharmacy owner? She told me. It seems that the matchmaker is very optimistic about you. The village chief smiled. In the final analysis, we people are ghosts who have lost their homes and even their lives. But in this game world, we are no different from ordinary people and can breathe. With the same atmosphere as you players, you can get married and have children just like in reality. This is how my grandson will come. Lu Kong was a little surprised. He didn't expect that you could get married and have children in this world. Etc. Lu Kong thought of a question. If a player marries an aborigine, will he be able to have children? Lu Kong thought for a long time but couldn't figure it out. the village chief continued, my son was the leader of our clan and the greatest player in the past. In his heyday, he even reached the level of demigod, enough to dominate a star field. Unfortunately, our planet was eventually swallowed up by demonic energy, and he also died fighting like us. After coming to this world, he felt ashamed of his trust in us and our entire clan. After our clan was settled, he went to the central continent. You must have seen the central continent. Lu Kong's mind flashed back to the huge continent when he first entered the game, which was billions of times larger than the Orion Novice continent they were on now. Lu Kong nodded, I saw it. Oh, he believed that this game contains the entire universe. It can contain our souls, and there must be a way to resurrect us. So, he took my daughter-in-law to the central continent, wanting to find this method of resurrection. Resurrection of our family, because this trip is too dangerous, my young grandson was left behind. Lu Kong looked at the necklace in the old village chief's hand and had some guesses in his mind. We were all powerful players when we were alive, but after only our souls were left, our strength was very little, and we also had tasks assigned to us by the universe server, so we couldn't leave the village easily. However, the descendants born in the game world were different, and they could leave freely. Just half a year ago, a crack in the demon world appeared outside the village, and a group of little demons were teleported in. My grandson wanted to investigate the situation, but he never came back. I didn't expect to see my grandson's necklace here. The old village chief looked at the necklace in his hand and burst into tears again. In this world, we are essentially souls. If we die here, our souls will be annihilated. We can't be resurrected like you players, but we are truly dead. Lu Kong was silent for a while, and comforted, old village chief, please accept my condolences. The dead cannot be resurrected. The old village chief exhaled slightly and said, thank you, little guy, you found the necklace left by my grandson, which made up for a little regret for me. This skill book just happens to be useful to you, so I'll give it to you. The old village chief flipped his hand, and a skill book appeared. Thank you, village chief. Of course Lu Kong didn't refuse, he took it and looked at it, his eyes widened immediately, and he was shocked. War will, level 1 passive skill, after entering the battle, your all attributes will be increased by 10%. Requirements, warrior class profession, this is a passive skill, as long as you enter the battle, there will be a 10% increase in all attributes. This is equivalent to a permanent attribute improvement. Now there are fewer attributes, the effect may not be obvious, but when there are more attributes, the improvement will be outrageous. Moreover, this is only a level 1 skill. When the skill level is higher, the improvement will definitely be higher, just think about it and you will know how strong it is. This skill is a magical skill even in the later stage. Lu Kong was a little embarrassed. He just picked up this necklace, and it was not appropriate to take such a good reward. He muttered in his heart, but his hands moved by themselves, and he learned the skill with a direct clap. My hands have their own ideas. After Lu Kong learned the skill, the village chief said, little guy, since the little devil was teleported here, there has been no news about them. The village has sent many investigators, but they have not made any progress. I hope you can help investigate the little devil. Are you willing? A system prompt sounded in Lu Kong's mind. Ding, found the task, investigate the whereabouts of the little devil, do you accept it? Lu Kong was even happier, there was a task. Chapter 18 I'm not bragging. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lu Kong glanced at the mission introduction. Mission, investigate the traces of the little devil. Introduction. There are traces of little devils in Silver Moon Village, and the village chief hopes you can investigate their whereabouts. Reward, some experience points, 2 gold coins, tiny skill stone, nothing else, mainly the tiny skill stone. Lu Kong took a look and found that it was actually a treasure that could improve skill levels. There is such a good thing. Lu Kong originally thought that the skill upgrade could only be used by himself a little bit, but he didn't expect that there was a shortcut. Even if it was just for this tiny skill stone, Lu Kong had to accept the mission. He nodded, no problem, this is what I should do. The old village chief smiled, then I'll trouble you. Lu Konglian said it was no trouble, then said goodbye to the old village chief, turned around and left the village chief's courtyard. As Lu Kong left, the old village chief sat back tremblingly at the door of the stone house. He looked at the necklace in his hand and couldn't come back to his senses for a long time. After a long time, the old village chief sighed, "Ming, I'm sorry for you." Outside the village chief's courtyard, the players who are wandering around are a little doubtful about life at this moment. After Lu Kong entered the courtyard, they had been waiting to watch the show. They even made bets on how soon Lu Kong would be thrown out. As a result, Lu Kong had been in for almost half an hour and he still hadn't come out yet. This makes them somewhat incomprehensible. One of the players couldn't help but asked, "Did that kid die inside?" Hearing this, the other's eyes lit up. "It's very possible. Otherwise, we can't explain that this kid hasn't come out yet." "That's right, everyone else died. There's no reason why this kid is different. It seems like he died inside." Before the player finished speaking, he saw the door of the small courtyard open and Lu Kong walked out in a swaggering manner. Several people's eyes widened and their mouths opened slightly, as if they had seen a ghost. Seeing that Lu Kong was about to leave, they rushed over as if waking up from a dream. Big brother, big brother. Wait." Lu Kong heard the sound and turned his head to look over. He saw several players trotting over, their faces full of solicitude. Lu Kong raised his eyebrows. "What's the matter?" One of the chubby players laughed and said, "Brother, how do you always come out of it alive?" Lu Kong suddenly realized that these players must have seen the dead player in the village chief's courtyard. And now it was a bit strange to see him come out alive. Lu Kong smiled. "It's nothing, it's just that I have a mission. Task?" Several people's eyes widened with disbelief on their faces. They are exploration-type players who focus on discovering hidden tasks in Novice Village and then soaring into the sky. There are actually many players like them. After all, there are too many players out there fighting monsters, and the monsters are powerful. It is really difficult and tiring to fight monsters and upgrade. There is such a small number of players who try to go off the beaten path. They are committed to finding hidden tasks in the Novice Village and achieving a wave of wealth. Unfortunately, so far, no player has actually discovered the hidden mission. As a result, some people now actually say that they have a mission. This certainly shocked a few players. Their eyes were almost red. "Brother, what mission are you doing? Can you tell me?" The little fat man rubbed his hands with a flattering look on his face. Lu Kong glanced at a few people and shook his head. "Don't even think about it, you can't do it." "Ah. Why?" Lu Kong smiled and said, "Can you defeat level 5 elite monsters?" Several players. A question slowly popped up in their minds. Level 5 elite monster. Brother, don't be joking. I'm not bragging. Even if I fight a level 3 ordinary monster, I can still kill you. Lu Kong, this is indeed not a boast. He smiled and said, "The mission items are dropped by level 5 elite monsters. If you can't defeat them, then don't even think about it." Upon hearing this, several players looked at each other like deflated rubber balls, especially the little fat guy. He is exactly the same. Seeing their disappointed looks, Lu Kong shook his head. "If you have time to wait here for the mission, why not work hard to upgrade? This game is related to reality. Wasting a little time is irresponsible to yourself." After saying that, Lu Kong didn't care about other people's reactions and turned around to leave. The reason why he reminded them was mainly because the old village chief's words had stimulated him. "Although I don't know how strong the demigod is, but he can control a star field, and thinking about it, he is a super awesome boss. Such a big boss can't defend his own race, which puts great pressure on Lu and Kong. He can't bear this kind of pressure alone, right? We are all human beings, why don't we save ourselves together?" Of course, Lu Kong hopes that the more powerful people the better, so that their Yuan Xing can be safe. After the supplies were completed, Lu Kong left the village again. He planned to investigate the whereabouts of the little devil. Lu Kong didn't know where the little devil was. He asked the village chief before leaving. The village chief only knew that it was on the east side of the village. The village chief didn't know where exactly. The east side of the village is so big that if you want to find it, you will undoubtedly be looking for a needle in a haystack. Fortunately, Lu Kong still had another clue, and that was the Shuya whom he had killed before. The introduction of Blood Fang is the demonized wild wolf raised by the little devil leader. Since it is a pet, Blood Fong should not be too far from its owner. Starting from the location where Blood Fong was killed before, the probability of finding the whereabouts of the little devil should be higher. The place where Lu Kong is going now is naturally the location of Blood Fong. There are more and more players in the east of the village. Most of the players who got the public beta quota before have obviously entered the game. In the farmland, there are even 60-year-olds struggling. With big black rats, there are also 15 or 16-year-old children who are bitten and screaming. There are many more players in the forest than before. Even the mountains now have the shadows of some high-end teams. Lu Kong came to the pile of rocks where Blood Fong was before. Behind the pile of rocks is a long mountain range. Lu Kong directly chose to go deep into the mountains. Along the way, Lu Kong killed the demonized wild wolves while looking for possible traces of the little devil. After wearing the Blood Fong armor and learning the fighting spirit, Lu Kong's combat power soared. Now, even a level 5 demonized wild wolf will only lose 2 drops of blood when hitting Lu Kong. He can fight with 4 demonized wild wolves. Mom no longer has to worry about me attracting too many monsters. When fighting monsters, Lu Kong consciously uses skills. Among them, active skills need to be used by oneself to improve. And passive skills, because they are passive, are improving at any time. This is good news. After fighting for half an hour, Lu Kong was somewhat fortunate that he had foresight. Fortunately, he bought some more mana potions, otherwise he would not have enough mana to increase the level of heavy attacks. After passing through the 2 outermost peaks of a mountain range, Lu Kong came to a valley. There are many trees growing in the valley, and the demonized wild wolves in it are already level 5 or even level 6. Lu Kong was about to kill in, and suddenly saw a path on the stone wall beside the valley. This path looks different from the natural formation, and there are obvious traces of artificial opening. This surprised Lu Kong a little. He raised his eyebrows and walked along the path. Chapter 19 Discovering the Little Devil. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The path is winding, with towering stone walls on both sides, and you don't know where it leads. After walking a few hundred meters, Lu Kong felt that the path had become wider. After walking for a while, Lu Kong suddenly stopped. He saw 2 dark humanoid monsters in the distance, only 1.5 meters tall, with sharp horns on their heads and ferocious faces, standing on both sides of the path. Lu Kong quietly used a probing technique to pass over. Little Devil, Elite, Level, 5. Life. 400. Attack, 30. Introduction. The lowest level demon in the demon world. Lu Kong was surprised and happy. To his joy, he finally found the trace of the little devil. To his surprise, this little devil turned out to be an elite. Both are elite. This means that the little devil itself is probably an elite template monster. However, although Lu Kong was a little surprised, he soon started laughing. For others, elite monsters may have more experience and may drop good things, but it's different for him. He will definitely drop good things. Lu Kong quickly began to check the drop lists of the 2 elite monsters. Just as Lu Kong imagined, the first few items in the drop list of this elite monster are all green items. Although compared to Blood Fong, the number of green items seems to be a little less, but Lu Kong was still very happy. As long as it is a green item, it is definitely valuable. Lu Kong carefully looked at the introduction of green items. One of the Little Devil's green items is equipment and a material called Little Devil's Blood. Another Little Devil's green item surprised Lu Kong. Small attribute stone, resistance. After use, it permanently increases endurance by 1 point. Drop rate 0.0001%. Attribute stone. Lu Kong had a bold idea. If elite monsters had a chance to drop attribute stones, then wouldn't he be able to obtain a lot of attribute stones and increase his attributes to extremely high values? They say that one force can defeat all kinds of magic. When his power reaches hundreds or thousands, won't that kill monsters instantly? When his endurance increases to hundreds or thousands, who can beat him to death? Lu Kong was extremely pleasantly surprised when he thought of this possibility. Is this the correct way to open designated drops? There are 2 items dropped by elite monsters. This means that Lu and Kong can choose 2 items. Needless to say, the attribute stones among them are must-selects. Lu Kong looked at the others and chose the equipment. 2 of them were available to him. Little Devil Battle Axe, attack plus 20, strength plus 3, required level, 5. Drop rate, 0.06%. Little Devil Gauntlets, Male Armor. Defense plus 25, Stamina plus 2, Required Level, 5. Little Devil Set, 2/4 reduces damage by 2 points, Little Devil Set, 4/4. Increases damage by 5%, drop rate, 0.07%. What surprised Lu Kong was that the Little Devil's Gauntlet of Mail was actually a set. The set effect is also very good, reduce the damage by 2 points, that is a real reduction of 2 points. Your own damage can also be increased by 5%, it can be said that it is comprehensive in attack and reception. Because the two Little Devils only had these two items suitable for him, and there was also one dropped item, Lu Kong chose the most expensive green staff. Little Devil Staff, Magic Attack plus 20, Intelligence plus 3, Required Level, 5. Drop rate, 0.04%. That I have to say that the attributes of this staff are also excellent. If it is given to legal professions, they will definitely be happy. Presumably Brother Wang and Brother Chang want this. After selecting the drops, the next thing to do is to fight these two elite monsters. The damage of these two elite monsters is higher than that of Blood Fang. Although Lu Kong's attributes have been improved a bit, he does not dare to resist two at the same time. But Lu Kong also has his own methods. He picked up a stone and threw it at the head of one of the imps. A crisp sound sounded, the little devil was stunned. He looked in the direction where the stone was thrown and saw Lu Kong running back. The little devil's eyes were red. He waved the sword in his hand and shouted, "There is an intruder." It and its companions rushed towards the landing sky. Lu Kong entered the path he came from. The narrow path can only allow one person to pass, which is a good geographical advantage for land and air. This means that only one of the two little devils can attack him. Lu Kong kept running along the path for several 100 meters, and stopped when he was about to leave the path. He turned around and looked in the direction of the path, and saw two little devils, one behind the other, chasing him ferociously. Seeing this scene, Lu Kong smiled. This wave is stable. Next comes the relatively simple and unpretentious part of you chop me, and I chop you. When Lu Kong fought against Blood Fang before, he didn't have the Blood Fang armor or the fighting spirit skill to be able to defeat him, let alone now. Lu Kong slashed at the little devil, and when he was hit, he took drugs directly to keep his blood volume healthy. The companion behind this little devil shouted anxiously, "Let me chop it too." He pushed his companion and wanted to rush up and kill him. Unfortunately, the narrow path doesn't allow it. When the little devil facing Lu Kong had only 100 health left, he finally realized something was wrong. It screamed and turned around to run, but the little devil companion behind it would not tolerate it. No matter how much it pushed, it did not give way. Lu Kong couldn't help laughing when he saw this scene. He was originally worried that the little devil had a high IQ. In order to prevent the little devil from escaping, he deliberately ran a long distance on the path. He was afraid that the little devil would leave the path and it would be troublesome for him to deal with it. Now it seems that this little devil is just a low-level devil with a low IQ. The little devil with only more than 100 blood left was killed by Lu Kong in a few strokes, even more easily than before, because it originally wanted to run and did not resist, but when it found that it could not run away, it was too late. With a scream, the little devil in front fell to the ground and two green balls of light floated out, and the little devil behind laughed. It can finally cut people. However, its smile did not last long. When it found that it could not beat it, it turned around and wanted to run. Lu Kong chased it and killed the little devil with a few consecutive knives. Pick up everything dropped by the two little demons. Lu Kong happily used the endurance attribute stone, then equipped the little demon gauntlet and replaced the great sword with a battle axe. Lu Kong held the axe handle and swung it a few times, and found that it was a little bit inconvenient to use compared to the great sword. After all, I have used the great sword for so long, I am a little used to it, but it doesn't matter. This battle axe has high damage. Even if it is a little inconvenient, it is definitely better than the great sword in my hand now. After changing the equipment, Lu Kong felt that he was much stronger. He returned to the position where the two little demons were standing guard just now. He was very curious about what was happening outside the exit where the little demons were standing guard. Lu Kong carefully poked his head out of the exit. When he saw the scene outside the exit clearly, Lu Kong couldn't help but widen his eyes and was a little surprised. Chapter 20 is the captain possessed by evil spirits. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Outside the exit, there turned out to be a very empty basin. There are stone fortresses everywhere in the basin. there are teams of little devils patrolling inside, especially in the center of the basin. Lu Kong saw a huge castle more than 10 meters tall, with countless little devils inside. There are at least a few hundred little devils in the entire basin. Lu Kong tried to use the detection technique to investigate and found that these little devils were all elites. There are hundreds of elite little devils. So many elite little devils. These are all treasures. Lu Kong was extremely excited. At this moment, the sound of the system sounded in his ears. Ding! The player discovered the little devil's camp and the mission is completed. Hearing this voice, Lu Kong remembered that he had just killed 2 little demons but still failed to complete the task. It turns out that you have to see this little devil camp with your own eyes to complete the mission. Lu Kong thought for a while and planned to go back and hand in the mission first, and then come back here to slay elite monsters. After all, there are too many elite monsters here, and he has to improve his strength first. The mission will reward a skill stone, which is quite useful. He glanced at the little devil camp again, then turned and left. On the way back, Lu Kong distributed the little devil staff to the small group of himself, Wang Bing and Lu Chang. Wang Bing. Lu Chang. The two exchanged a series of friendly questions. Lu Kong, the price you want. Lu Chang, 8 gold. This is my daughter's staff. Arrogant smoking. JPG. Wang Bing, 6. Lu Kong, brother Wang, 6 is actually smaller than 8. This is something that all primary school students know. Wang Bing. Wang Bing, I'm not bidding. I just think brother Chang is really 6. He is willing to pay 50,000 for a level 5 green staff. I never expected it. Big cry. JPG. Lu Kong, can't you stand up anymore? Wang Bing, I fell. Lu Chang, hey, I don't have much else, I just have a lot of money. Lu Kong, brother Chang is awesome. Wang Bing, don't be awesome, bro. You are the most awesome, right? What the heck, you've got 2 green equipment so far. I can't even get more white equipment than you. Lu Chang, then I'll be better, I got 2 pieces of white equipment. Wang Bing. Oh Huang, go, go, go. Lu Chang, are you talking to me about the European Emperor? Brother Lu, what is that? Wang Bing, that's probably using Yang Shou to play games, right? Lu Kong's head was full of black lines. I will sell the equipment to brother Chang next time. Smile. JPG. Wang Bing, no, brother Lu, I'm just joking. Lu Chang, but to be honest, brother Lu is really lucky. He actually has 2 pieces of green equipment. I'm so jealous of him. Lu Kong, little devil gauntlet, little devil battle axe, blood fang armor, sunglasses smoking. JPG. The chat room suddenly fell into silence. Lu Kong thought the 2 of them were offline, but when I thought about it, this is the universe server, how could it be offline? Just when Lu Kong was confused, the news came again. Wang Bing, father. Foster, please look at your poor child. Lu Chang, bah. It's so shameless, it's a disgrace to the great Xia army. Wang Bing, be careful of the military stick. Aren't you a good son-in-law? How about I introduce my daughter to you? My 2 daughters are both beautiful and fragrant. Wang Bing. Lu Kong. In a forest, Wang Bing's expression was as if he had seen a ghost, and he didn't even react when the monsters nearby hit him. This scared the Black Bird army on the side. Captain. Captain. It's over. Captain, isn't he possessed by evil spirits? They quickly killed the monster and surrounded Wang Bing. Wang Bing came to his senses and was shocked to see a group of people surrounding him. What are you doing? No, Captain, this is what we should be asking you, what are you doing? I just hit you and you didn't respond. The vice-captain couldn't help complaining. The corner of Wang Bing's mouth twitched, and he took another look at the chat history in the chat room. Then he asked with a strange expression, do you think it's normal to drop green equipment now? The atmosphere suddenly fell into awkward silence. Everyone looked at each other. Jiang Su looked at Wang Bing, and said, Captain, you are not really possessed by evil, are you? How can you drop green equipment? Even with Mr. Lu's luck, he has only dropped 1 piece so far. It's just green equipment. Wang Bing, 1 piece, that he grinned, then looked at the vice-captain beside him, boldly, go out and report. Lukong dropped at least 5 pieces of green equipment. This is a conservative estimate. When everyone heard this, they all took a deep breath, their eyes widened in disbelief. 5 pieces of green equipment? Captain, are you kidding me? Yes, how is it possible? How can there be so much green equipment? Even the elite monsters only drop white equipment. Captain, are you really possessed by evil spirits? Get out. What I said is true. Lao Li, just report it like this. Vice-Captain Li Ming looked at Wang Bing. Captain, are you really reporting like this? Go ahead. Seeing that Wang Bing didn't seem to be joking, Li Ming nodded and then quit the game. They need to report all the information in the game, and since the last report of Lu Kong's information, the higher-ups have asked them to focus on Lu Kong. After all, Lu Kong's drop rate is too abnormal and outrageous. If they can make friends with Lu Kong, then in the future, their great Xia army may be ahead of the world in equipment. So the information about Lu Kong is a very high priority information. In another mountain range, Lu Chang is standing aside at this moment, looking at the chat records, his expression changing continuously. Beside Lu Chang, the high-level players hired with money are trying hard to kill monsters, but most of the experience is eaten by Lu Chang. Lu Chang thought about it and sent a message in the chat room between him and his 2 daughters. Lu Chang, Yuexin, I bought you a green staff, little devil staff. Lu Yuexin, thank you, Dad. Hug.jpg. A gentle smile suddenly appeared on Lu Chang's old face. His Yuexin is really a caring cotton-padded jacket. He was very satisfied. Lu Yuexin, old man, why are there green equipment again? Could it be that Lu Kong dropped it again, that her green leather armor was dropped by Lu Kong? In the past few hours, Lu Chang often sent new equipment to Lu Yuexin and Lu Yuexin. All these equipment were dropped by Lu Kong. This also made Lu Yuexin have a deep impression of the name Lu Kong. With the drop rate of this broken game, how can this guy named Lu Kong have such a high drop rate? Lu Yuexin couldn't figure it out. Lu Chang, yes, it was dropped by Lu Kong. By the way, Yuexin, you two are sophomores now, you can have a relationship. Do you want to consider Lu Kong? That guy is pretty good and handsome. Lu Yuexin, Lu Yuexin.